Greetings, Algo Artisans. Going to look at a lot of charts today. We're going to get to, if we have time, Bitcoin, Ethereum, FLOKI, PEPE, SHIBA, Gorilla, CAF, Ethereum, Solana. A lot of meme coins today if we can get time for them. So we're just going to hop right into the charts right now. Bitcoin is just approaching all-time highs. I mean, we'll probably see in the next day or two, if not overnight. It was only a few $100s away from the all-time highs earlier today. What you're looking at here is in 18-hour charts, basically in daily chart. 69,000 is essentially the all-time high. And so I wanted to go ahead and project where price might go based on this prior extension up. And of course, you know, there is the specter of the Bitcoin pullback, and there is a video about that just, I think it was Friday or Thursday. Go take a look at that if you want to know how I think that might go, if it goes at all, and also my opinion on whether or not it's going to go, because it might surprise you. In the meantime, we're going to do a Fibonacci extension right here from this move that started on Sunday the 25th of February and it ended on the 27th last Tuesday. So that's the extension, and we're going to apply the Fibonacci extension tool on that. It's going to take us all the way out to about 72,000. So price has already broken 68,000 and it seems to be staying there. It does not seem to be pulling back. And just so you know, over at algofactor.tech, we have been calling the price for weeks. In fact, we've been getting the macro correct on this since, well, for a really long time, but we've been dead nuts on ever since the ETF, especially because the ETF was kind of a mystery thing. No one knew when it was exactly going to happen, although we predicted also that timing as well. The combo of myself, the technical analyst, and then we got V the Gorilla, who has his own technical analyst skills, but he actually does a lot of very large Bitcoin deals. He just knows what's going on from a high input level. Big people around the world doing big things, and he does their deals. Between the two of us, we really know what's going on, and we have called these moves that you have seen. We've called them out as they've been going on. You know, come and check us out. And 72,000 is the next Fibonacci extension. And I wouldn't be surprised to see price wick up to grab 73. And just so you understand, when price goes above this, there is the possibility of FOMO, where the market just panics in. We have a lot of claims that the Bitcoin over-the-counter desks are out of Bitcoin, although some of that might be hype. Either way, though, there is a supply shock. And then again, there's the possibility of a pullback. Again, go look at the video from last week. I'll link it. I'll link it right here on this video. We'll link that up so you can just click in the right-hand corner. All right, so Ethereum is a great chart to look at, and this is a trade that I took this morning. Okay, so I took this trade in the middle of our show, about 90% in profit now. I did post on X when it was around 85%, and I mean, you can see what I think it's going to do right here. Now, it might not go in a straight line. It might very well go in a straight line. If you look what has happened on the way up here, and see that move pretty much straight up with a couple of crazy wicks, and if we were to do a Fibonacci extension based on this impulse, you're talking about price going up to about 3,900, 3,890, and I have some other tools methodology that have me going up to my target here that is at just below 4,000. The resistance from old price action is up at 4,100, but I am not going to count on that. I'm going to go ahead and set an alarm here actually at about 3,880, and as price reaches that, I might have to reevaluate the entire trade. So we'll go to Solana next. This is another trade I called live, and I believe I called this one live on our morning show, the free to the public live lab that everybody could see. And I even posted this, I believe, on X. So this one here wasn't just limited to our group, our private group. And again, none of this is investment advice. You need to do your own research on any of the information that we give out to you, right? We just do this for educational purposes. However, this trade is, it's like 200 some odd percent in profit right now. Beautiful, beautiful trade. We've been tracking this for weeks. You know, if you've been watching us, watching X, you've seen it. Again, if you watched the morning show, you watched me map this trade out. So that's going to continue. Let me go ahead and take a look at some high time frame possibilities. I know 144 has been my target, but we do have a little bit more data on which we can go for some higher targets based on this impulse that we're seeing. So let's go ahead and do that. And this is based on Fibonacci extension. Price actually could eke all the way up to 150 pretty easily, but again, 144 is and has been my target for quite some time. Next coin, we're going to jump into meme coins. So before we get into the meme coins, understand that this is what happens when the market is waking up.
Get the f out of bed, bitch, go.
And so as the market wakes up, you're going to see a lot of money flow into certain segments. We saw it a number of times in the last several months. Right now, it's the meme coins, and it's kind of the bigger meme coins that I mentioned at the beginning of this show. Meme coins are extremely risky. You don't know which one of these is going to pop. There's a couple in here that are well established, if you will, going back to last cycle, and there's some newer ones. Long story short, though, I am not in any of these positions. These are just charts that people want to see. So we're going to go with PEPE. PEPE is one that actually I know that Viva Gorilla has demonstrated a lot of interest in. He bought a lot of PEPE in around the 1200 level, I think it was. And so now, of course, he is several 100% in profit with that trade. PEPE has literally erupted on the 5-day chart. Now that it's gone up, I can tell you that there were actually a lot of big name people who were interested in PEPE. So even though this is a meme coin and ostensibly doesn't have any kind of value whatsoever, something was known in the background, and I can tell you that our group knew about this months ago. Our group knew that a lot of important people wanted and bought and were interested in holding PEPE months and months and months ago. So for our group to know that, and again, this is not privileged information, it's not inside, none of it's illegal, none of it's investment advice, but our group knew about PEPE months and months ago, back when it was 1/100th of a 1,000th of a cent or whatever that number is. Our group knew about it. In our private group, algofactor.tech, come check us out, not investment advice. Next coin we're going to look at is Aid Fund, Child Aid Fund, and this is a coin that's generating a lot of interest right now, but just understand it is a brand new coin. And so I'm only showing this chart just so you understand there is zero data to go on with this. Anybody who's throwing a lot of money at this is literally gambling. I have no way to even chart this, but I wanted to show this just so you understand that if you're playing these meme coins, you're pretty much gambling. The PEPE was a little bit different of a scenario. It's been around for a while and it's got a lot of attention and it had the right kind of attention, but that's just people in my group who knew that. There's not a lot of people who knew like what kind of attention that coin had. So you are just gambling when you play these, but I can tell you the price is kind of moving around right now in what appears to be a building of a range, perhaps maybe even a bit higher than this. Now, I wouldn't touch this coin with anybody's money. I wouldn't touch this coin with a 20 of cattle prod, but it may do well. I'm not saying it's a bad coin. I have nothing as far as the data behind the coin. I don't know if it's a pure meme or, I mean, with a name like that, perhaps it actually has some backing to it or something like that. I know nothing. I don't care about it right now. I'll look into it later. It's already at 30 cents and it just hit this exchange. So just understand that price right now appears to be bouncing back and forth between 29 cents and about 31 cents. And outside of that, there ain't no other information about this. You know, if it's a real aid fund, then I'm just saying good luck. All right, so on to FLOKI launch right as things were really popping off, and it went from 0 to about 3.5 10,000ths of a cent. Now it has done really well in the last couple of weeks, and it's gone up to 14,380. So we are looking at about a times 4, so that's really great if you got into it. But here's the thing about these coins, there really is not a way to know that these are going to pop off, but I can tell you that we have a little bit of data on this as to how far it could go, right? We have a little bit of old price action where we can see the price did during this last bull run, you know, or towards the end of it, price did create a little bit of structure where there could be some trouble seen. And these meme coins, I mean, they could continue, they could just simply stop going and you get wrecked. There are a lot of things that could happen, but we do know that price did rally up in 2021 and it stopped. It got rejected right at 23,465. So it's about halfway, like more than halfway to where I would think, okay, it's time to get out. Like, of course, with me, if I was up times 4 on a meme coin, I'd simply would sell. I wouldn't try to get the, you know, the crazy big money. It's not my style, unless I had a very small wager. If my position was incredibly small, but okay, whatever, I'll write it. Usually I don't even do that. Then you get times 4, times 5, I just get out. But do what you want to do. I would definitely, if I were playing that game though, I would look at that old structure as a place to at least take some risk off, if not take some profit. And that's around 23,465, aka 2.34 10,000ths of a cent. Next coin, Shiba Inu. Now this one here, I think there's a little bit more to this coin. I have a good buddy of mine who, he's my fundamentals guy. He has a bunch of Shiba Inu, I mean to say, and it is definitely one of the coins that if I were to hold a meme coin, it would be something like this, but really I'm honestly not that interested again. However, you can see here that there is some structure, just like we saw with the last coin. There's structure where price could could take a break. Of course, you have the all-time high right here, which was at the peak of the last bull market. So it's hard to say. It's impossible to say really if these meme coins are going to continue to pop off, but you're sitting here at about 4/100,000ths of a cent if my math is right there, and then there's 5.4/100,000ths. So we'll just call it like 40278, 54411-ish, and 88553-ish. I would either take off some risk or pull off some profit, but there literally is no way to chart these beyond just looking at these old resistances. Okay, next coin. Gorilla. Of course, V the Gorilla probably likes this coin. We've even joked about this coin and come to see that it has moved up from 0.4 of a cent, and it's basically times 3'd to 1.2 cents. So it's actually doing really well. You know, you're looking at a meme coin, and how far could it possibly go? Its all-time high, at least on this exchange, was made today. I'm going to go back to the last exchange, and it's actually important to see what happened on the other exchange with these meme coins, because you have to understand these are generally comparatively low volume coins. They're going to act differently across exchanges. They're not that popular. It's gambling. Under any circumstance, though, if I were still in this coin, I would be out before 1.6 cents, unless I had a small position that I was just going to hold because I thought it was going to go to the moon. Again, I know nothing about this coin fundamentally, but here you are. Okay, well, that brings us to the end of the show. This was just a big charting show, just to take a look at meme coins, get my opinion on the charts themselves. We do have a way to trade FOMO. Okay, so if you come to our private group, we actually have a methodology to trade successfully FOMO. When price is going up so fast, it's virtually impossible to chart. But there are methodologies. But long story short, most people cannot trade FOMO. It's just they don't know how to do it, and we know how to do it. So come to algofactory.tech. We hope to see you over there. Trade your job, upgrade your life. See you on the next one.